Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I just bought a brand new car, and yeah, pretty exciting. This is a pretty much a sequel to the other video that I described about how my boss at work broke down my car, which will be probably top right up there somewhere on the screen. If you guys want to check out that video. But before this video starts, I just want to thank everyone that kind of helped me during this process, like my family, mostly like my parents, because I feel like without them this whole process would have been much different. I mean, this was a pretty, I would say, long process, searching, and because I could have bought a used vehicle, like one that was used, but we ended up instead going for the new vehicle because it's more trustworthy, I guess, and I think it was just worth more because I would have got more equity from the vehicle if I bought, instead of buying it like a used one. It would have devalued a little more. So yeah. So I recorded basically everything, about like a week ago with my friend. Also, shout out to my friend who helped me, record in the background. I'll leave their channel description, pop up their channel on the screen. Go show them some support. They're killing it with the Minecraft videos and everything. But it's pretty exciting. I mean, I've had this car for I don't know, about a month. I would say about a month, and I've drove it on the highway and stuff, about 3 hours probably driving on the highway, maybe a little more, and stuff. So I've got a feel of it, and I can probably leave those thoughts kind of towards the end. But yeah, just thank you to everyone involved with this process. But I don't know what else really to say. I'll show the video of this car review right now. This is the 2026 Volkswagen Jetta S, and it is spectacular in this nice silver color. This is my brand new car. Alright guys, so coming into the front, we have these nice looking, I don't know, just really looking sharp I would describe it, looking headlights. You can see these little pearl things on the top, and if you look right through there's like cool LEDs here. The turn signal obviously will pop up right here. You got a nice looking grill right here that displays everything with the Volkswagen badge, of course. Obviously it repeats on the other side with the grill. Just the whole front of this car, in my opinion, it just looks really sharp, and it's a really sharp looking car. It's gonna kill you. Tire action, everyone pay attention. Look at this action right here. You can see, look at that. We got some, I don't know, 16s, the 20s, I don't know, just your regular. You think I'm a tire expert? No, I'm not. Just some regular, sedan tires on this thing right here, on this puppy. We got the little gray in there. You can see those calipers. Get some caliper action right there with these. You got the Volkswagen logo. Obviously got the lug nuts. They're kind of protected under these things. I'm sure you can pop that out, But yeah, we got our tires right here. Tires. All right, so you guys can see we're in the back of the Jetta right now. This is what it looks like. You see the badge right here. You can see the nice Jetta outlines right here. Very nice silver color right here. You see these lights. They kind of just look so lights. They look really good. And obviously they go along the car. If you notice, they don't stop, and they just end right here. I know with a lot of lights it kind of just stop, but on this one it's all in the back, which I think is really cool. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you guys a trunk right now. So the button is kind of hidden, but once you find it, it does open up. It kind of opens up a little fast. You can see these nice little hinges right here. that are really, really stable and really hold this whole thing up. You can see you have your backup camera right there, very useful for backing up and everything. The hinge obviously is right here, which activates it and everything. And this is the boot, I guess, the rear, the whole cargo space right here. You see you have some, I don't know, cargo blocks, I guess for groceries and stuff like that. You can build a little box and stuff. And obviously you have your, thingies that you can fold and push those through if you need more space, of course. And in here, obviously, you have, right here, you have all the, work equipment in case something goes wrong, of course. You have your first aid kit. Unfortunately, no spare tire in this. On the Volkswagen Jetta, I believe the Taos has one, but not the Jetta. So you will have to buy one. But yeah, this is the rear view of the Jetta. Pretty cool. All right, looking into the interior, guys, you obviously have your seat belts in here and everything. Gotta put myself. It's pretty safe. I don't know, but locks yourself in. Pretty seatbelt standard thing. I don't think this thing's moving. It's got the lock thing and everything. Got a nice seatbelt sound to it. These seatbelts feel pretty good and everything. Nice black interior right here. You don't have your charge ports, unfortunately, because this is the basic S trim that I got. But if you were to get the step up and everything, you would get that, as well as no foldable thing to put the cup holders in. That is not in this S trim, but it's a pretty nice interior. You got your speakers right here, like right there. I think it's hidden, which is pretty cool actually. It's kind of like hidden in the door and everything. But yeah, this is the interior. And in the back, right here we have a nice steering wheel right here with all the buttons right here. You got your voice button right here. You got the view that can change the view of the inside right there. Everything for different ones that you like. You obviously have your song things right here on every buttons. Okay, you got an okay button. It just says okay. Pretty cool. You obviously got the horn. Does the horn thing. You got more buttons right here. You got your cruise control right here. The lane assist thing and everything. You got reset. Set for the cruise control. All that. You obviously have the blinkers. The blinker does the thing. And everything. And then if you put the hazards on, you gotta believe it's this one right here. It should be coming on. But yeah, hazards and everything. You got your wipers, obviously. Wipers do wiper things and everything. You can put on low, high, everything. There's high, everything. Wipers do wiper things. All right, so right here you have your little tray right here. Obviously to put your phone and everything, your wallet, whatever you need. You got right here. You obviously have your little USB-C, I believe they're called, the volts right here that'll charge you. You got your 12 volt right here. Pull it out right there. You see the inside right there. You got the 12 volt that can obviously also charge stuff right here. You got the obviously transmission right here and everything. Does transmission things. You have a little remote park thing, I believe. You have you can turn this off, which is a start stop feature. And you also have an eco mode as well, which is pretty cool for eco mode things. Yeah, you got your cup holders, of course, and everything. You also have a little container right here for all the stuff you need. Pretty sizable container for just small little things, papers and everything. And yeah, pretty cool interior, I must say. Alright guys, so you can see here's the engine right here of the Volkswagen Jetta right here. Pretty, this is a brand new car, 2026 engine. So you can see it's a 1.5 liter, I'm pretty sure. It's got a turbo, I believe, in here. You can see the battery, big battery right there, and all the other stuff in here. You got your washer fluid, I believe that goes right here, and everything. Got stuff here, I don't know what that is, but stuff like that, pretty cool. Everything. You obviously have your little hinge here that opens the hood, and you have a little, I would say the stand for this. It is a little finicky, but it does a job and holds the hood up. And obviously you have your latch right there that holds it together. But yeah, this is the engine bay. Pretty nice engine. It feels pretty sporty. This has like I believe 150 or 160 horsepower. So you know it's got some decent power, but it also has a lot of torque to it as well. So you know it gets up to speed really fast. And you know this is a pretty quick car, I would say. Pretty nice engine. Here we are in the car. It's all started up. We're gonna go for a drive right now. Yeah, feeling this car out. It's very, very smooth. You know, this is a very low car towards the ground and everything. You know, steering is really sharp and everything. You know, it's got really good gas mileage. You know, on a full tank, it'll get you about like 400, over 400 miles, like about like 415 miles with like full gas. Pretty good, I will say. Maybe even more. You know. But, you know, driving thing, you know, we're turning around this corner right here. Turning feels really sharp and everything. You know, it turns really good, everything. Really good turning radius on this. You know, it's a nice turning vehicle, very small, but, you know, kind of big car. But, you know, just makes it feel so light. You know, putting some power to it, you know, really gets up to speed real quick and everything. And if I want to turn on the eco mode, you know, now I'm on eco mode, which might, you know, save you more gas. You know, maybe if you can turn on the eco mode if you're gonna go on the highway and everything. Got stuff like that. You can obviously turn off the eco mode if you don't want it, and you also have a sport mode right here, which changes the display inside to like an S symbol with what gear it's on. So for instance, we're on gear 4 right now. It just makes it a little more sportier. At least rev wise, you notice the rev limiter will be much higher when you're driving the vehicle. But you know, it's pretty nice car, at least driving wise. And yeah, that is pretty much it for the little video that me and my friend pretty much filmed. You know, I had a ton of fun filming it. It was really great. You could actually hear the next door neighbors actually re-watching it because they have dirt bikes and stuff and they go crazy. But you know, it was a really fun video to film. But yeah, I guess I'll include some afterthoughts and stuff, kind of just owning the car for quite some time now. It does have like a key to it. I know a lot of new cars have a push start. So if you get I think it's like the SE at least. I don't think the Sport trim has it, but if you get SE and then SEL, you'll get that push button start, I'm pretty sure. But the two base models, the S trim and then the Sport trim, both have the key, which in my opinion I kind of prefer the key. I know a lot of people want that push button start, but I like the feeling of me, you know, turning the key in the ignition. I think that's just a huge part of, you know, like having a car and everything. It's just that feeling. It doesn't have that like analog display, which, you know, is a thing in the past, unfortunately, but I do like that analog of, you know, how the rev thing goes up with a little dial. I really like that. But this vehicle doesn't have that. I mean, it's a brand new vehicle, but you know, I guess some downsides to this car is it is very basic. The interior isn't the highest quality. There is a lot of plastic in it. You can see in the back there is no cup holders, which I feel like even the base models should have, and not even charge ports like in the back. I at least expected maybe the Sport trim or maybe the SE. I think the SE might have some, but I don't even know if that's like a guarantee. I know like the Sport mode does include that spare tire that I mentioned, which is nice, and some other things. And I think in the SE you also have the mirror, like you know, turn signals that they include and some other stuff. Like I don't know entirely, but you know, those are just some things that I would like to add. So in total, like I down posited like $6,000 for this vehicle, and it was about 24,000 in total. I'm financing the rest for like 5 years, 60 months for about 18,400. It's like 333 a month that I'm paying. So, as long as I work and stuff like at Market Basket, as long as I continue having some source of income at my job, I will be able to afford this vehicle. But yeah, this is just like a little fun video that I thought I'd share. Um, it was really fun filming it, and just owning my own vehicle now is really freaking awesome. And if you guys want to see, like, I did film my old car that I used to own. So if you guys want to see a video of that, it'll just be like a raw clip of me filming that outside. But if you guys want to see that, drop a comment down below saying I want to see that video, because I don't think the license plates are on that, and it'll be much easier for me to film it without the license plates, because I have to blur all of that. But if you guys want to see a video of me just going around my old, like, 2007 car, it's a really old car, let me know by leaving a like and stuff. But yeah, that'll do it for this brand new 2026 Volkswagen Jetta review. It's kind of crazy to me that I have my own car now, so I'm able to go pretty much wherever I want, except I don't have the money to. But if I wanted to drive somewhere like New York or something, like, I could do that theoretically. And that's just crazy to kind of think that I'm able to do that. I'm very grateful to have this vehicle, and like the job I have, the people around me. I'm very, very grateful for those people. This is just a very special moment for me. I hope this car lasts for a good long time. I hope I play some nice music in it, drive it and stuff. And yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this video. Subscribe, leave a like, comment, do all that usual stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.